Okay, here we go. 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 Hi, everyone. I'm just being silly over here. So, yeah, this is Thursday. Today's live is a recording. I do have to work today, so I'm not able to go live, but I wanted to at least record something so that you have something. And let me just make sure that I have all my stuff set up for today. And I'm going to be playing some music on this one. We're going to do a short little journey so that you can kind of get the effects of the stuff. There we go. All right, perfect. Okay, all set up. So, again, if you don't know me, my name is Jen Ryman. I am a certified hypnotherapist and breathwork coach. I come from a healthcare background. I was in healthcare. I am in healthcare, I should say, for the past 8 years. And what really got me to dive into hypnosis and breath work was number one, confidence was my main thing that got me into hypnosis. And then also because I was having panic attacks and anxiety attacks at work. So, with healthcare being the way that it is, with a constant go, 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 not enough time to eat, a lot of people being stressed and anxious, I felt like it was taking more from me than I was able to give. And of course, I always had this in the back of my mind that I was meant to do more. And I always wanted to help people, except I wasn't really able to help people when I felt like I was working an assembly line. So I went for something deeper, something that I could make sure that I was able to get people transformations and really connect with them and coach them through their shit, essentially. And I also was having a lot of stress, anxiety, and hair trigger responses to my husband and kids at home. And I didn't want to be the mom that yelled. I didn't like I come from a family where yes, there was some yelling. Most of the fighting was between my brothers because they were kind of close in age and they are also a lot older than I am. They are 11 and 13 years older than I am. So there was a lot of violence between them, something that I saw as a child, and a lot of disconnect between my mom and dad. My dad went through a big addiction period, especially through middle school and high school. And I didn't really feel like he was there. So these are all things that I brought with me throughout my entire life and had triggers on. It's something that implanted itself into my subconscious so that when things happened that triggered me, I would have this reaction of snap. All right, 0 to 100. It's a work, it's something that you have to work on. Obviously, it's something that I didn't want to, I wasn't striving to be that kind of person that had a hair trigger. And also why I dove into techniques that were that would calm my nervous system and, you know, get me more into my spiritual self. So, let me take a drink of water and we'll go ahead and get started. Now, based on the last couple days with our lives, you should have done a couple of techniques with me, but I want to do a couple more just so that you can really see. Um, these are more of, I would say, tests on your lung health. And so that you can kind of see how controlling your breath and your mental state has such an effect. So, with my transformational journeys that I do on the weekends, the sessions, A lot of what I do is a double inhale, or like a inhale through the stomach, inhale through the chest, and I exhale through, or just a relaxing, letting go exhale. It's all through the mouth. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take a super full breath in through our mouth, and we're gonna hold it at the top. So when I'm doing that breathing exercise where you do the 2 in, one out, I also incorporate breath holds. And this kind of gets the energy moving through your body so that you're able to release things. But again, so if it is safe to do so, we're going to have you close your eyes. And again, we're going to take a super full breath in through the mouth, and we're going to hold it at the top. All right, so close your eyes, get into a safe position. Make sure you're sitting down, lying down, not standing for this. And on my count, we're going to take that big breath in 3, 2, 1. Hold it at the top. And now with your breath in, one of the first things you should notice is that the air pressure is much greater inside of your body than it is outside of your body. You may also notice that with one big full breath, it's enough to feel at least a little bit like activation, a little illustration of how quickly we can activate our sympathetic nervous system. But try to keep holding it until you feel the breath hunger come in, where you need to take another breath, let it out, and breathe in. So before you let it go, just recognize that all the CO2 is building in your system. Not that you're running out of oxygen, but that you feel the desire to breathe. And when you're ready, go ahead and let it go. And that's a suspension hold. And then we go into what's called passive retention. So this one's we're gonna take a breath in through our nose or our mouth. We're gonna let it go until we get to an even buoyancy. So not all the way out, but at least to where we're comfortable holding our breath out. So we take a breath in, and then we let it go a little bit to feel comfortable in that exhale. Okay. So again, with your eyes still closed, we're going to go ahead and take a breath in, and then exhale it until you get that buoyancy. And try to hold it for as long as you can. Feel how that feels in your body. Once you start to feel like you're getting that kind of air hunger, like you need to breathe, you can either let it out some more or take a breath in. And then return to normal breathing. Instead, with your eyes closed, we're going to go to a max exhale. So we're going to take a breath in and then let all of our air out. Keep letting it out until we feel like there's no more left in there, and then we're going to hold. So with your eyes still closed, it's time to take a full breath in. And then we're going to let it all out. Keep letting it out till it's all gone. And hold. And if you need to let a little bit more seep out, let it out. Just a little more until you feel like all of the pressure is on the outside of your body, and then it just wants to come in. And notice that CO2 buildup. This one starts to creep in a lot faster than the inhale and hold. All right, so breathe normal when you're ready. So is it better to hold on an inhale or exhale? If you are holding on an inhale, you are improving your lung capacity. So holding on the inhale, you're forcing your lungs to expand to full capacity. This can help with things like improving sport performance. Gives you an enhanced oxygen delivery, so more oxygen into the system. There's an effect called the Bohr effect, where the CO2 starts to build up and that creates more oxygen in the cells and tissues. It also reduces anxiety. Some people find that breath hold training on the inhale can help to reduce anxiety and stress. And this is basically because the act of focusing on your breath and holding it can be calming and meditative. Now, holding on the exhale, this improves your respiratory muscles. So your diaphragm, intercostal muscles, this is good for singers and people that play wind instruments, or the ones that do the free diving. God. Increase CO2 tolerance. The body will build up CO2 faster. So if you're looking to improve your breath hold time, again, free drivers, this is the way to go. And it also improves mental clarity. So a lot of people have reported holding on the exhale increases focus and clarity. But that is all subjective, because I think on the inhales, I do get a lot of clarity from that. But breath hold benefits, just in general, improves your cardiovascular fitness. Breath holds trigger vasodilation. You get better blood flow through all of your blood vessels. And it's also just a natural byproduct of a healthier heart, better circulation. It increases oxygenation to the cells, muscles, organs, brain. Breath holds have also been known to promote brain tissue regeneration, but only, and this has only been proven in salamanders so far, but and this helps to improve mental and physical fitness performance and mental clarity. The act of holding our breath forces us to stay present in the moment, so it helps to clear the mind of distractions of all the thoughts that are running through. It also helps to trigger emotional processing. So we'll get into that why a little bit later, but if you've already experienced a breath journey, some of the best healing happens during the breath holds, especially in the longer journeys. Now, chronic overbreathing is basically where we're breathing in more air than our body actually needs. So it's something that a lot of us are in this state right now. And I'm not talking about, our little breathing exercises, especially with the journeys, but I'm talking about all the time. Like, you're constantly breathing quick breaths and shallow breaths. And what are the factors that actually lead to this, the chronic overbreathing? And it's mostly caused by anxiety, stress, and respiratory conditions. But the ultimate cause of chronic overbreathing is basically getting stuck in that sympathetic dominant nervous system, where we're in our fight or flight. It's a downward spiral loop. We were never taught how to breathe well. So when we're conditioned by stress, I mean, we know how to breathe coming out of the womb as kids, but it's been proven that when you start to get into school age children, they start to hold their breath and breathe into their upper chest. So this is all conditioned by stress, being glued to our phones, taking these fast, shallow mouth breaths in through the top of our chest. And it in turn activates the sympathetic side of the nervous system, and we're being constantly put in this anxious state. And when you're in an anxious state, you breathe fast and shallow. So it's a downward spiral. It just keeps going, stuck in a loop. And this also leads to vasoconstriction. It's basically what raises our heart rate, our blood pressure, leading to the number one cause of death, which is cardiovascular disease, hypertension, high blood pressure, COPD, heart failure. So imagine you are standing in between two people, and the one on your left is standing tall and you can't even hear them breathe. The one on your right is hunched over, mouth open and panting like they just ran a marathon, but they're at rest. And you can usually tell in animals when they are really sick. So obviously you can tell which one in this scenario is the sick one, the one that's hunched over and breathing and panting like they can't catch their breath. So that's something we all should strive to want to fix in ourselves and why we want to do this life-changing work. So getting into the benefits of only breathing through your nose instead of your mouth. Nasal breathing. Now, first of all, the nose is a natural humidifier. It warms the air so the lungs can process the oxygen and taking it without the lungs having to expel energy to warm the air first. It also filters the air. You have all those little nasal hairs in there that filters everything, all the toxins and environmental things coming into your nose. It filters it through your nasal passages. It's also why boogers are considered good. So don't pluck your nose hairs. You need them. The nose was designed to filter out all the microbes and airborne pathogens. So by the time the oxygen makes its way into your lungs, it's clean and ready to process. And inside our sinuses, there's this very special compound that's created when you don't get to, or that you don't get when you breathe through your nose. It's called nitric oxide. So basically, it relaxes your blood vessels, causes them to open, lowers blood pressure, increases circulation, improving heart and cardiovascular health. It triggers a sense of safety in the body. It helps the nasal passageways open up. It's even what they have in Viagra to open up the vessels down there. And, so how do we fix this? It's actually quite simple. Close your mouth, breathe in through your nose throughout the day. If you're not eating, talking, singing, or practicing breath work, your mouth is open, close it. And over time, with enough practice, it'll stay closed, even at night on its own. Now, engaging in intense activities while maintaining nose breathing. So, say you're doing a cardiovascular exercise, and this is easy to experiment with it. Just try to keep your mouth shut as long as you can until you hit an edge where you feel like you have to open your mouth to breathe. And once you hit that spot, just pull it back as much as you need to in order to maintain nasal breathing. But it's great practice with running. And then as you practice it over time, the longer you're able to keep your mouth closed and improve your lung capacity, your recovery even. And the more that you practice breath holds too, you'll experience a phenomenon called bronchodilation. And that relaxes the muscles in the lungs and dilates the airways, making it easier to breathe. Another thing you can try practicing is humming on your exhales. So it's better circulation and blood flow, making it more efficient with breathing. If you have a problem with your mouth being open at night, you can practice mouth taping. There's devices and that keeps your jaw up, or you can tape your mouth. I think there's a specific mouth tape that you can buy. But you can be the healthiest breather on the planet, but if you're snoring or you're having sleep apnea at night, basically you're breathing through your mouth all night. You're going to sleep better if you close your mouth, and you'll wake up with more energy in the morning. So this is something you can even buy on Amazon, the mouth tape. So yesterday we went through a little visualization with the wolf. And that's just to show how your mind has such a control over your mental state and calmness, how you can just change it by thinking about things. So breath work in itself with the journeys, like the transformational journeys that I do every weekend. And transformational breath work in and of itself is just kind of a umbrella term for different modalities because there is so many different ways of doing this. Again, I do the 2 breaths in, 1 breath out, and I'm making sure that I'm breathing into my lower belly first, get my breath all the way down to the bottom of my diaphragm. But no matter what form you do, it's a form of a somatic release. It's releasing that trauma that's been stuck inside your body. Some people even refer to it as regenerative breath work. It is based on a concept called conscious connected breathing. So it's a continuous looping breath that is faster than your normal breathing and deeper than your normal breathing. So just doing these breath journeys of speeding up your breath, getting more oxygen in, allows you to think better, provides you clarity. It also gives you kind of a sensation, like a euphoric sensation. For me, I get visualizations. I feel connected to source energy of the universe and earth. And it gives me this clarity of what I'm supposed to be doing, what path I'm on. Thank you for bugging me. I just wanted to look cute. But again, it's releasing that DMT, what's found in mushrooms. So it's almost like a drug like experience where in the end, you just feel like you are this being, this masterful, transformed being that can do anything. I try to practice this at least once a week so that I'm able to continually be in a state where I'm feeling creative, where I reassure myself that I am doing my life's purpose, that I don't feel like money is blocked. That was a big thing for me. So I can let it flow, manifest the things that I want, the time that I want with my kids, the connection with them and the universe. So I've done a lot of breath work. I do like to guide it. There is some breath work out there where they just play music and just let you go on your own. All you really need is your breath. Just like hypnosis, you are always in control. You are the person that puts yourself in that state. All you need is you. I do coach as I go along through it to make sure that you're breathing deep enough and that you take those visualizations and get you to a transformed place that you want to be. That's my style of breath work. But you can just put on some music, really, yourself, and breathe deep for 45 minutes or 20 minutes or 10 minutes, whatever you feel like you have time for. That's all you need is you. So this is one of the most powerful tools that we have. And when I first went on my very first breathwork journey, it completely turned my world upside down. It's just I knew this was going to be my method. I knew that this was something I had to do, that I had to teach and bring bring awareness out there and bring others into their own transformation. And why I want to hone my craft. I want to make it better every time. So, first of all, breath itself is a Sanskrit word for spirit. So, this is the spiritual side of why breath work is so constantly powerful. When we breathe 2 to 3 times more of the spirit into our bodies, the breath, our spirit is cleaned, it cleanses, it cleans us from the inside out. And your body knows what to do. The breath will go where it needs to go intelligently without direction. You can breathe deep and it knows where that breath is needed, what is needed for a mental and physical release, too. But when I guide it, it kind of fast tracks that process and puts us into a position where we are the creators, the curators, and the narrators of our own experience and how the words resonate with you. And it's much more effective when you're guided to actually make you sit down and do the work. Going in places that you may not intuitively go on your own. And that's why I like to guide it. It energizes me even to guide other people to see their transformations, just feel that energy and that smile on their face when they are done with everything and just seeing them lit up. It brings me joy to see somebody else work through their shit. Even knowing that I had something to do with it or not. Because again, it's all on them. It's all how far they want to take it, how far they want to go. But just to see that their facial expression right after and how much relief and freedom they have. I'm telling you, this is a superpower. We can literally cover any human struggle in the book. grief, pain, loss, heartbreak, anxiety, weight loss, depression, limiting beliefs, pattern reprogramming, habits, various psychological issues. I mean, the list is literally endless. It's like NLP on steroids. So, my vision is to deliver this, partner with companies to deliver this to their employees, show this to my kids so that they're able to regulate, maybe even teach others to do it, and just have this massive ripple effect where everybody is able to heal themselves and heal others and transform the world where we're not having so much stress and anxiety and flying off the handle by something that you were triggered by in the past, so, from something that's happened in the past, to actually heal ourselves from our past. Everybody to be healed. Like, could you imagine? We might not even have war. Like, it's powerful stuff. So basically, you know my mission, and you know that I really just want to help people. And I have so much free content. I have classes and courses and things that are on YouTube. I really feel the power in this work, and I really just want to cover as many people as possible, whether they are able to financially do it or not. So, going into the benefits again, going through them quickly. So, stuff that I've gone over in past days, past classes. You are achieving a personal, mental, spiritual, physical transformation. You get a sense of inner peace and contentment, feeling of connection to something that is larger than yourself. We are on this massive planet, and we are just these tiny little beings. Inside of a massive universe. Like, honestly, we're not the only people out here. But it provides that deeper connection. Because we're not fully connecting to our bodies. We're not listening to our intuition. When our body is saying stop, we're constantly going instead of listening to what would heal us. And then to connect to that source energy, like that provides such a newfound purpose, a meaning in life. It creates a desire to learn and grow spiritually. Like, I went down the rabbit hole once I found this stuff. Like, I couldn't stop. I needed more. It feels good. My body is craving it because it was cut off for so long. It gives you a feeling of being guided by a higher power, or presence or God or whatever you want to say. It provides that connection. Like I think of a light just coming out of my forehead. And a sense of being more present in the moment and less reactive to the stresses around us. Like, how beneficial would that be? To be able to get in a situation where you're in a heated conversation with somebody and it doesn't cause you to react. When your kids are pushing your buttons, you don't fly off the handle, you don't yell. It's being more connected to others in the world around you. It's a sense of liberation, release from the traumas, complexes, the negative patterns, behaviors. Like increased clarity and insight into one's own life and the world. So it's an endless list again. And another short list of treatment. Like it, I can't say that it cures all, right? But it is an exhaustive list of things that it helps with. If you have trouble with smoking, alcohol, addictions, PTSD, past traumas, rapes, abuse, suicidal tendencies, depression, being a person that teaches and guides this and knowing that I'm creating this transformation, it makes it all worth it. Even if it's just one person, it is all worth it to me. Now, is it safe? There are some contraindications to doing breath work. You don't want to do it, especially if you're pregnant. But there has been studies where it's been tested. There was a study with 11,000 psychiatric patients that were studied over a 12-year period. And they were doing actually a holotropic breath work. So these are one of the most intense modalities of breath work. And the procedure, there was no, it was well received. There was no complaints of adverse reactions during these sessions, nor afterwards. And this was out of all of the participants. There was not one single adverse reaction in 12 years of this study. So it is a low risk therapy. Now, that being said, severe psychiatric conditions, I try not to go too hard within it. Like I don't want something to happen over Zoom that I don't have control over. But that being said, holotropic breathwork is offering a non-drug alternative for psychedelic therapeutic exercise experiences. And out of the 11,000 people, the only 2% said that they did not get anything out of the experience. So 98% of them had a positive result from the breath work. Out of 11,000 people. So there are some things that go on during breath work. There's a big, massive emotional release for a lot of people. So if they are in a state where they are already in like a psychiatric or a psychosis, I would say psychosis, that maybe it's not the best thing to do at that moment, or you just don't go as deep into it. But you only go as deep as you fully want to go. Your mind tries to talk you out of it, yes. But as long as you are fit to do so, you push your mind and body, you can release so much. And it's not re-traumatization. You're not talking about your issues or things that have happened to you in the past. You're just acknowledging them and releasing them. And that's why it's so powerful. It's a common fear that you're going to re-traumatize yourself. Not with this. So me personally, as I said before, I had a lot of triggers and I became the yelling mom. I didn't want to be the yelling mom. And it's funny because everybody has this experience of me as being low key and chill. But when something triggers, it just, in my head, is a 0 to 100 response. All right. So we'll go into our little hacks. Like we've been closing out on every video. So one breath work, one weight loss. And what I want you to do for weight loss is to, on your meals, start with veggies first. On your plate, make sure that you have more veggies than you do anything else. Even if you have carbs on there, it's okay. But this is a simple thing to do. You start with your veggies first. You start to get full on that. And then as you are getting full, then you have less room for the other things, the bad things. So if you can, start in a process of veggies, protein, then carbs. And if you have good carbs, it's okay. But bad carbs are fine. Just leave them for the last part of your meal. And start to see what a difference that makes for every meal. And then when you master that, you can start moving into other things. I know everybody, especially at the first of the year, they want quick results. I'm about the life where I want lasting results. So when I start to slowly change one thing at a time and I master that one thing, then I can add on more things. It's called habit stacking. So when you start to get in the habit of always eating your veggies first, then you can add on more things like picking better options, like what we can call better thans. So maybe instead of doing regular mashed potatoes, you do sweet mashed potatoes and swap it out a few times a week. And then build up on that. Now, that's to say, I want lasting results too. It also does give you quick results when you are filling up on the things that are good for you first, because it causes you to eat the things that are bad for you less. I shouldn't say bad because that is a subconscious trigger word, right? But we don't want to also call them cheat days or treat days or treats, rather, because that does have a subconscious correlation. When you are good all week and then you go into your cheat meal on the weekend, you are reframing it, you're framing it in your head and your subconscious mind, you're putting it through a filter that you already have, that you are doing something bad because it's a cheat. Nobody wants to be known for cheating on tests, right? When you were going through school, cheating off their neighbor. You don't want to get caught doing that, right? You don't want to get caught having a cheat meal. So reframe how you're saying it in your mind. Because also, if you are talking about a treat, like you're having a dessert today as your treat, a glass of wine as your treat, that is reinforcing in your mind that not only can you not have it all the time, you're not supposed to have it all the time, that it's a treat to have it, but also that when you do have it, it feels really good. So, me personally, if I'm going to have a cheat or a treat, I call it an, I don't call it anything. It's not an off meal. It's not a treat meal. So start to play with that in your mind. All right. So let's give you a technique. So this technique is called box breathing. And a lot of people should, they might have heard about this before, they might have done it before. It is a good way to calm yourself down and bring yourself back into your body. A lot of breath work. And also one of the reasons why I got into breath work, because hypnosis, you are very much in your head. Dang, I said I was going to play music. I forgot. I just realized that. So a lot of people, when you are in, you're trying to do hypnosis or meditation, you have thoughts that pop up, and then you think that you're doing it wrong because you have thoughts. You're not supposed to be having thoughts. You're supposed to be focusing on what you're doing, focusing on what's going on in your head or what the therapist is talking to you about. So you are not, you are basically spinning out of control because you're like, crap, I'm not doing it right. When you're doing breath work, why I like getting people into trance with breath work is because you are focusing on your breath, and basically there's no wrong way to do it. Like there's no wrong way to breathe. As long as you're breathing, you know? So focusing on that brings you back into your body and you go into trance a lot easier, albeit. And then I can give you those hypnotic affirmations while you're in trance, while you're in that subconscious state. Theta, theta brainwave, something that you go into several times during the day, by the way. When you first wake up, you're first go to sleep, you're in theta. When you're really enthralled or submerged into a movie plot or book plot line. You're in theta. Or even when you're driving, highway hypnosis, that's the thing. When you don't realize how you got from point A to B and you're completely tuned out, that's theta. So, all very normal. Normal states to be in. All right. So I keep talking. All right. Let's go into the box breathing. So, box breathing is an equal count inhale, equal count hold, equal count exhale, and an equal count hold. So, what we're going to do is we're going to breathe in through our nose for 4, hold it for 4, breathe out through our mouth for 4, hold it for 4. We're going to do this, let's say 4 times. Okay. So, here we go. Close your eyes if you're safe to do so. And breathe in 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe normal and start to notice your state. Start to notice the sensations in your body. Feel your heart sense, your felt sense. Do you feel like your heart rate is coming down? Do you feel more sleepy, more calm, more relaxed? And open your eyes when you're ready. And we can even guide you through those breaths. Guide you. Sometimes what I'll do is I'll guide you as your box breathing to opening up to source energy, opening up to the universe, planting your feet into the ground to where you have vines that just hold on to the earth's core to ground you. It's all good exercises to have in your toolbox. So again, several ways to work with me. I do have tons of free content in Facebook group, also on YouTube. Facebook group is listed in the description of the event. You can also work with me on one-to-one. I do personalized coaching with hypnosis and breath work. I try to get people into like to get people into trance with breath work so that I'm able to give them the hypnotic affirmations for things that they actually want to really work on and release and let go of. I have one-to-one coaching memberships. I have groups where I'll do breath work every single weekend, every Saturday morning. All powerful stuff. So I will see y'all tomorrow. I'll do one more video tomorrow. Maybe do a breath work exercise, an actual longer journey with music this time because I forgot to start it. But I'm always kind of, going off the cuff, talking about other things, and then I forget to do the music. So tomorrow, I promise, we'll do a little breath work exercise, even if it's just for 20 minutes, and show you how transformational it can be. All right. Thank you, everyone, for joining me. Have a good rest of the year. Bye.